Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to share some of my TwinCAT3 programming tips and tricks. I summarized them as 10 items. Actually, it could be more than 10 items, but the top 10 items will be very handy for our TwinCAT3 programming. Alright, let's start. The first one, that is a save as and archive our project. As we know, as a TwinCAT3 project, an entire TwinCAT3 project, it includes the configuration, motion, PLC, safety, I/O configuration, and so on. So under this project directory, now I save this project under this tip and trick A2 directory. This is our solution. This is the shell of this project. And under this directory, so we can find the motion control. This is our PLC project. We could have others. For example, once we use a train, if we add a project, add a new project, if we add this TwinCAT measurement, so you will find maybe you will add a couple more subfolders under this directory. This is our solution project directory. And under this directory, we could have a couple subfolders here. You can imagine there will be a couple folders under this main directory. Which way is the best way to archive or save as our project? The best way, from my personal experience, the best way is we go to this project, this hierarchy. Click here. So make sure you highlight this project hierarchy and then go to the file, click this save as an archive file. And after you click this, and the software will archive this project as a zip file. For example, under this A2, this folder, I click save, and then if we go back to this folder, under this A2, we will find this is the TNZIP. All the file will be zipped into this one file. So it's easy for us to copy into the USB or upload to the cloud. Also, here's a tricky here. So sometimes, probably in your project, you have multiple versions. For example, today you change something, you want to save the existing current project and do some further change, and you probably could save to another version or another name. So keep in mind, if you click here and click save as, this save as. For example, I create one folder and named save as, for example. Save. And then let's go to this folder. This is the save as folder. So you'll find after it save as, it only saved this solution, this file. Actually, your core of your project without any save. Keep in mind, this is the typical problem when we save as this project. I saw a couple cases after you finish the job and some programmer save as his program to his customer, and eventually the customer found under this project folder, it only has this solution without any PLC and other configuration here. So when you save as, it's only save as this shell rather than the core program. So the best way to save as is you archive this project, and then you can create another folder. If you want to save as this project, you can go to the file and click this open. Click this open solution from archive and find out the zip file will just archived, and click this open. Unzip this project into another folder. For example, you can rename this folder as a version name, version 1, version 2, version 3, right? So you can click this, unzip this project under this folder. Click the folder and you will unzip this project. So this is a safe way to archive the project. Also, this is a workable way to unzip this project to save as your project into other couple versions. So, and then another problem is after you save as one project, you will find you can open couple projects at the same time, like this way. Now I'm opening two projects now. If you save as your project, and you will find this instant TwinCAT3 software, they are showing the same name. They are showing the project name. This is solution name and this is the project name. Unlike the Siemens TI Portal software, the project directory will show up on the top of the software. But this TwinCAT3 software, it doesn't show up the project directory. So if you open couple projects at the same time, and each project, it has the same name, this is solution name, it's very easy to modify a wrong project. So after you save as, I highly recommend you can rename your solution or rename your project into another name, or probably add a suffix, for example, add a version name or add a date and time to identify which project is opening. Also here, how we can figure out where this project comes from. We can do this. Click this solution, right click, click this open folder in File Explorer. You can figure out which directory and which folder this solution or this project is located. Especially some cases, your PLC project might come from other directory. Because under this solution, we can click add one existing item. Probably this PLC project come from another directory. It's not the same as our solution or this project directory. And to verify this PLC project directory, we can go this. Under this PLC hierarchy, and right click, click this open folder in File. So this is our PLC project that is the same name as here. So we can figure out where this project is located. Okay, this is the first tip and trick. Save as archive and find out our project directory. The second tip and trick is how to figure out which versions TwinCAT3 programmed this zip file or programmed this solution or PLC project. If your customer copied one TwinCAT3 project to you, maybe the project already zipped or maybe already unzipped like this style. How can we know which TwinCAT3 version, software version programmed this project before? Because as we know, like now, my TwinCAT3 version, that is a 4024.7. There's one version match issue, like one video I discussed before. For example, now I'm using 4024.3. Basically, it's a new version. But most of the cases, when you gather one project from on-site from your customer, basically their machine will be a little bit lower version. Especially this main version would not be the same. For example, if one customer copied to you one project, that version is a 4020 or 4022. You need to use the same match main version. That's the main version, 4020 or 4022, to use the main version to open and compile. Otherwise, once you use a higher version TwinCAT3, compile it, and you copy to your customer, if on-site they are still using the lower version TwinCAT3 software, they cannot open it or they cannot download to the controller because the TwinCAT3 version built into their controller, they are still a lower version. If the version doesn't match, they cannot download. So first things, we need to figure out which version they are using. So once you get a project, firstly, you can unzip that project without compile. If you are using the higher version, that doesn't matter. You can still unzip that. So click this open, click this open solution from archive. Open solution from archive. The basic idea, firstly, we need to unzip this project and then find out this project name, TS project. Find out here and use a notepad, right click, click this open with. Use the notepad, open it. And from the first line, from the right side, you will find, for example, this project, it was programmed by 3.1, 4020.28. Because the main version, they are totally not the same. I'm using 4024 and this is a 4020. So I need to use the same main version to open and compile it in case I need to program or modify something into this project. I need to use the TwinCAT3 software to do that. So next question, how can I use the matched software to open this project? Probably you'll find from this TwinCAT software, I have a job list here. So I have a different version at here. I don't have this 4020. So how can I get this 4020 to program to open this project? We will talk about one software named Remote Manager. The Remote Manager software basically running as a one shell. So it can create one image under your TwinCAT3 software. So for example, now I already use this highest software 4024.7. I already use this higher version than 4020. So that means I need to install one lower version shell into our higher version TwinCAT 3. How can I do that? So we need to download that remote manager software and install that. We can go to the Beckhoff, this main website, Beckhoff.com, and click this search. We can type in remote manager and click this search. And it will pop up software and tools, TwinCAT 3.1 remote manager. Under this software and tools, it pop up couple versions. So at here, it doesn't show the detailed numbers. We have to click. I know this is really annoying. So the description, they are the same, but the size we will see, they are not the same. Basically, we need to click 1 or 2 times. For example, if I click this second, so this is the version 4022, okay? And if I click this, okay, this is the 4020, okay, this is the exact version we are looking for. So since this project is programmed by 4020 to match this project version and match their on-site controller, so we need to use the same version software. So click this start download. We will download this remote manager software. All right, after we download this remote manager software, I'm going to install this 4020. Okay, install. All right, this is installation for 4020, this instant complete. So click to finish. And then let's open this XAE shell. Run as an administrator. This time from this job list, we can find the 4020. So here, before we open this project, so make sure we are selecting this 4020, this version. This sub number, it doesn't matter, but this main version must match our program it programmed before. Now I shift to here, and from now, if I open this project solution, I can go to this tip and tricks A1. This project, it come from 4020 before. So now I open. And now I open this project, and as we can see, the main version from this TwinCAT 3 so far, it has a 4018, 4020, 4022, and the latest version 4024. I highly recommend you can pre-install this couple versions, 18, 20, 22, and 24. So in case you go on site or the customer give you their project, you basically have all those versions. Okay, this is the second tip and tricks. Okay, this is the second tip and tricks. Open this TS project, this file, and check out the project version, and also install the remote manager from TwinCAT website and install this instant. So we can install the couple versions as the same platform under this TwinCAT 3 software. All right, let's go to the next. The third tips I would like to discuss, that is declare the variables under this GVL. So after we click this add one global variable list, we will create one page. So under this page, we will declare the variable. For the new starter, that is really pain because once you open this is just a white paper. So how can I declare that? What the format or what the syntax I need to follow, right? For example, this is a bool declaration, and this is the variable declared by the structure. And this is a long rail, right? But if this is the first time for you to declare this, basically you only have one white paper. So follow me, don't worry, right click, click this auto declare. For example, if we declare one bool signal 1, and from this type, click this job list. Here, this type we can select. For example, we can select this bool. And if this tag that is a constant or need to be persistent, so you can check out this, right? Click OK. Then the system will declare this tag for you. Okay, don't forget, use this auto declare. Don't forget, click this auto declare. There's also another way. So now we are under this textual wheel. We can go to this table wheel. And here, so you can click this small button, insert, and you can use this way to declare the variables. So for example, next one, probably the signal 2. This declaration will be a similar will as Allen Bradley or Siemens. For the programmer from the Siemens or from the Allen Bradley, they probably like it this way. Okay, after you declare the tag here, so if we click this, go back, so it will automatically transfer to this style. Also, if I'm going to declare one rail, for example, date 1, this type, I'm not sure what the specific name I need to type in. For example, the rail, I can just type in the R first and click the Control plus Enter, and then the system will get you which kind of format and date type you can select. For example, here I can select this rail, right? And double click. So it's an easier life for us. All right, this is third tip and tricks for the variable declaration here. Okay, the fourth one, as I just showed, when I declare one bool value, I have this prefix B. And when I declare the rail, I have this R here. If I declare one structure, I will have this prefix ST underscore. As we know, the mainstream software, Siemens, Allen Bradley, or Beckhoff, or Omron, they all tag name based. However, when we use one tag based variable, so for example, this signal 1, it's just named signal 1. When we use that, when we try to involve this signal 1 into our program, that time we don't know the signal 1, that is one bool or one integer or one real value, right? If we accidentally use the integer program into the rail, so that compile will pop up the error, or maybe calculate the wrong value. Maybe that value will be run off. So the best way to declare the variable name, we will add this prefix, basically indicate which kind of data type this variable is using. There's one format recommendation from TwinCAT3 website. So if we go to the Beckhoff information system, find out this hierarchy TwinCAT2 under TX1200 TwinCAT PLC, under this PLC libraries, there's one naming recommendation here. It basically comes from one standard, this IEC standard. So at here, as we can see, if we create one structure, that prefix name, that is ST underscore. And for the function, it named F underscore. Program is a P underscore. Okay? And for the bool, that's the B prefix, string S, time T. Rail or long rail is named F, or personally, I will use R sometimes. And for the array, we will use ARR here. So follow this format. And the instant FB, we will name FB. Personally, I highly recommend when we declare the tag or variable name, we follow this format. That's very easy for us to program, especially when we go on-site for troubleshooting. So follow this way. If we go back here for the bool, that's the B prefix. For the rail, that is F prefix. That is a F prefix, like this way. And when we create the FB, that's the instant of the FB. So this is the FB function block name. So that instant FB, that prefix will be FB. And the bool signal like this. And if the one tag, they are using one structure, so that prefix could use ST like this. Basically, once we see this name, we know the role of this variable. Okay. All right. The number 5 tip and tricks, that is how to rename our tags. How to automatically update all the renamed variable in your program. For example, in my program here, the variable to enable this MC power that named power encmd command. Now I'm going to change to power enable. I need to rename this. But as we know, probably in my program, there are a couple spots they are using this variable. And this variable locates under this GVL_SA, this global variable list here. So as we can see, this variable locates here. If I come here, directly change this variable. For example, it named encmd before. Now I'm going to change to enable, power enable, this here. So after I change, I build this solution. So we'll find the system will pop up the error. And if we double click this error, we'll find in our program, it's still using the name before, power encmd before. It's still using this old name before. That means if we come here, directly rename this variable, all the existing variable used in your program, they will not automatically update. That is really pain. I found this couple of cases and I was told by some programmer before, they are really paying for this. Actually, this is very easy to solve. The problem is this. So if we go back to this variable, now let me change back. For example, a named CMD before. So the key trick is this. Do not rename this tag directly. So firstly, we can select this tag and then right click this refactoring and then select this rename. So at here, if we rename this to enable, for example, and now if I click OK, so we'll find the system will show up all the spot the program is using the old variable, and there will be all highlight. For example, if I click, you can reveal where this tag is used. This allows you to double confirm if this tag can be automatically updated. If I click the OK this time, so this tag changed to power enable. And now if we go back to the program, so we can see this time it automatically update. This automatically update, this is the same style as a Siemens or Allen Bradley. If we rename one tag in the controller tag or the variable list, so all the tags used in your program will be automatically updated. That's perfect. So in the TwinCAT3 software, so if you just rename your tag directly, it just change one text only. To automatically update the tag, don't forget highlight a variable and right click this refactoring and click this rename. This is very handy. The same idea, for example, in this program, the same idea as our global variable list. For example, all those global variable list, I'm using GVL_SA, for example here. Now, if I right click this refactoring rename. For example, I will rename that to SA only. Click OK. So the system will show all the space I'm using this tag. So it will show all the space the system will going to change the existing variable name. Okay, for example here, because this is one global variable list, this variable list are used everywhere. So if I click OK, all the instant will be changed. See here, all the variables automatically change here. And based on this variable list refactoring rename, so there's one trick here. As we know, if we are using the global tag, if the global tag is very long at here, so when we use the global tag, it's really pain. We need to type in the global tag. For example, before a named GVL_SA, this long name, and then every time I use one global tag, I need to type in this prefix dot and then select the tag. This is the structure name. This is the actual variable name. So it's really pain if this global tag is so long. So leverage this refactoring the variable list. Name a very short name at first. And after you basically finish your program, then you can change your global variable. You can firstly use one brief name, for example, as here. So this is a single access for me. So I name it SA here. For the controller tag, maybe you can name the CT. For the cell, you can name the CE or CL. For the safety control, you can name IC, right? So you can use just a 2-letter or 1-letter. That's enough. And after you basically finish all the program, so maybe this SA doesn't make sense. So at that time, you can click this refactoring and rename that into a full name, variable list _SA. And after I click, so click all. And this time, if we go back, we can see all the tags, they automatically update with this our rename. Okay, this is the number 5 tip and tricks using this refactoring to rename our variable or tags. The number 6 tips, that is the comments in the ladder logic. If we are going to program our logic by using the ladder logic, for example, under the program, we can right-click, click Add, click this method, and we select this ladder logic here. We can quickly program one simple logic here, for example, this, right? And then we will find there's no place to write the comments here. So which is really pain. You can imagine like this style if go to my logic at here. So you can imagine if we have more than 20 runs or lines here, if there's no comments, this is really pain. It's really hard to troubleshoot. So I don't know why the TwinCAT3 by default, it doesn't show up this comment. Actually, there's one selection enable us to write the comments here. Comparing with ST is very easy. We can write the comments like this style. It's very easy for us to write something here, right? This is the comments. Also, there's one thing, as we can see, in the structure test, it's very easy to show the full name. So all the variable, they are full name. But if we shift to the ladder logic here, so limited by the variable width setting, sometimes this variable cannot show the full name. Sometimes it's really pain on-site commissioning. So actually, the comments and this width, they all can be set. So let's go here, Tools, Options, and scroll down, find out the TwinCAT, find out the PLC environment, find out this IB ladder logic and IL editor. At here, this show network comment. So we need to check out this. And to adjust this width, so we can click this edit, add overall size. So by default, that is a 20 or 22 letters. We can increase this width. So I click OK, click OK. And then we'll find this width be adjusted. Also, if I turn on this comment, we will see every line here, there's a place allows us to type in the comments. For example, for the new network, so we can click this insert network. Here, we can write in the comments, and then we can start the program, right? Basically, every network, we should have some comments, right? This is the comments and the variable width in the ladder logic. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, the 7 tips and tricks I would like to share, that is the filter of this cross-reference. As we know, sometimes one variable will be used in multiple places in your program. For example, this ST mode in this program. If I right-click, click this find all reference, at this cross-reference list, it will show so many lines the program they are using this variable. But sometimes we just want to specific find where this variable is being operated. This is a read. That means the program is reading this variable, and this is write. Sometimes when we troubleshoot the variables, most of the cases we want to find which kind of logics write this variable, right? So we want to store this write only. So as this filter here, so we can write the write. It will automatically filter the read out, only show the write here. Or sometimes we only need to find the place. For example, if I delete this, and we only want to find this E servo state area. So it will sort only this area. And if you click other variables, we will see this filter will not be deleted until you manually delete it. This will be very helpful if you want to search some specific area or the access row, write or read the specific row. Go across one by one, we can click this button. Sometimes if we use a mouse, it's not that easy. So we can click this button. From the program, we can go one by one. Okay, this is the filter of the cross-reference. It's really handy. Okay, number 8, that is a function block call. So for example, in this program, here I have one function block, fb underscore axis. So here, and from this function block, as we can see, it has a multiple input and multiple output here, right? And when we try to call this function block, firstly, I can go to the variable list here. For example, let me create this GVL_1, okay? Before we call this function block, we need to declare the instance of this function block. For example, FBX access. For example, this is our instant access name. And then here, the date type will use our FB underscore control plus space. So it will pop up the date type. So here I will use this FB underscore access. Okay, I declared this instant DB. Okay, let's go to the program. So at this structure test, if we try to call or try to use that instant function block, how can we do that, right? So we can do this. So we can type in B and click this control plus space. And then this input can be show up. We can select here. And then we can use this way to grab other variables here. But this is really pain because this FB has a multiple input and output. Come here, right click, click this input assistant. And find out this instant calls. And go to our project. Because our function block declared under this GVL_1, this global variable page. So we will find it will show up here. This time, once we click OK, so we will find all those input and output they are showing here, especially for the output. This symbol, they are not the same. That means this is the output and this is the input here. So this is very easy for us to call this instant FB, especially while using the structure test. If we are using the ladder logic, so for example, here, if I right click, click this method, I quickly set up one method. It's using the ladder logic. And at here, right click, click this insert box. Because this FB we declare here, so firstly we need to select this FB. Here, this is the instant of this FB name. And here we can click this small button and select the instant DB here, FBX access. So click OK. So after this selection, we will see. So it is showing here. And then we can type in the input and output. Personally, when I use the function block, I will prefer use the ladder logic because the ladder logic can be easily show the input and output from left and right. It's very easy for us to have a global view on this input and output. All right, this is an instant function block call in the ladder logic and in this structure test. Okay, the number 9 tip and tricks, that is the auto start setting. So as we know, basically the Beckhoff controller, that is one Windows system. When we download our controller, especially after we cycle power the controller, you need to test if your program or if your HMI can be automatically start up. Some cases, if you download your program, everything runs okay, but after you cycle power, that controller, once it's boot up, it just shift to the Windows mode. The controller, the PLC or HMI, they will not start. Keep in mind, there's one setting here. So under the PLC, under the motion control, here, this is one selection, auto start boot project. This will allow, once you download this project, after you cycle power or you shift to config mode and shift to the run mode, if this PLC can be start up automatically. To allow the system automatically start up, so there's a couple spots we need to check. Go to the system here, and at this second tab, we better select this run mode enable and click this apply while you are connecting that controller. And other than this, let's go to the PLC. Under this PLC, this icon, so we'll see here, auto start boot project. We need to guarantee, we need to check out this. This is a similar idea, right click at here, this checkbox, auto start boot project. They are the same. And after you select this, if you download the project and click this login. And after this, cycle power your controller. Test if the system can be booted up automatically. Number 10, how to compare the offline to offline or online to offline PLC program. Right, this is a common case. For example, if I change this value just in offline, and then when we go on-site, firstly, I try to compare where the difference between this offline program and the online controller program, right? This is the common things we need to compare and we need to figure out. So we can do this. Now, this is offline program. Firstly, we need to upload the program first. So to upload the online controller program, we can go to the File, Open, and click this Open Project from Target. That allows we upload the program from the online controller. But before that, we need to guarantee when this controller was downloaded, maybe a long time before, that time that project was selected this. Go to the PLC, under this PLC, this icon, go to the setting here. We must guarantee this project sources was selected. By default, it was selected. But if it's unchecked like this, if we download, so the program will still run inside this controller. However, we cannot upload this project. This is used to protect the source code. For example, for some machine, the developer try to protect their source code or some algorithm built into the program. But most of the cases for the big project or big plant system, we will prefer to select this, that in case our offline program lost, we can still upload the project. To upload the online controller project, we can open another instance of this TwinCAT3 software and select this file, select Open, and select this Open Project from Target. And here, this green icon shows the controller I can reach out. So this is my local controller. Okay, I click OK. So it will ask me where I can save this project. So I will select this directory, this upload folder. Click this select folder. Then we will see, so the entire project was uploaded. And this project, if we recall, using this way, open folder. So this project is under this directory, upload this directory, okay? And this is our online uploaded project. And this, if we right click, click this project, and this tip and tricks A2, this is my project, sample EH here. Okay, I will compare these two projects. To compare the projects, we need to go right side, right corner, find out this TwinCAT icon, right click, click the tools, and find out this TwinCAT project compare. It's hidden here. Then from this source project, we can select the source. For example, that's the uploaded PLC project. And this target and this destination, that's our offline project. Okay, I'm gonna select. They come from the different folder. They come from the different directory and folder. Okay, click OK. Wait for a couple seconds for the comparison. And then the board, the highlight shows the program difference. So it will indicate us where the program has a change. So for example, if I double click here, so it will show left side, that is the source. That was 200. I did offline change to 100. So they will show the difference here. And using this small button, it will jump to the next part that has a difference. Okay, this is a project compare. This is very handy. Personally, once I go on site, the first things I will connect the online controller and I will do upload. So in case I did something wrong or accidentally changed something, I can use this offline as a reference to compare. Or do an archive first. Like we discussed today, use this archive this project and rename this archive zipped file as a different date and time as a suffix after this project name. Alright, this is 10 tips and tricks. They all come from my personal experience summary. Hopefully, they can provide some useful information for you. That is for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up. If you like to watch more videos in my channel, Please subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching.